All right, welcome to another episode of Real Estate vs. Technology. I'm your host, Norman Kinsey. We have our co-host, Mr. Dan Gandy. Welcome, Dan.
What's up, guys?
Awesome. And today we have a very special guest out of the Bay Area of California. We have Jake the Agent on the show. Welcome, Jake, to Real Estate vs. Technology.
What's up, guys? Oh, man, I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me on.
We appreciate you being here. We heard that you watched, before we got on the air, one of the very first episodes with Kenny Fast. And that was before Kenny Fast was with EXP and blew up like he did. So we're very appreciative that you watched the show, you got some value from it, and now you're on the show.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. So it's all about you, your business, and we want to deep dive into that now. So let's go ahead and get into it. So how long you been in the business, and why did you get into the real estate business to start with?
All right. So I've been in the business a little over 4 years now, so I'm relatively new. I got into the business, my very first transaction when I bought my home. I was not a realtor. This was almost 6 years ago. And I'm a veteran. I was using a VA loan, and the transaction was really difficult. And that's no fault to the realtor that helped me. Mm-hmm. But from my perspective as the first-time buyer that was having a difficult transaction, I felt like it was at the time. So I was a little frustrated towards the end of my transaction. I got the house. I got the keys house. So the realtor did a great job. It's just, as a first-time home buyer, I was a little needy, and I didn't feel like I got the attention I needed. So I tapped into that pettiness and like, I'm going to go get my real estate license. And once, I'm not a petty person, but a little bit of pettiness could be good fuel. So, so I went and got my real estate license, and, I wanted to help veterans, I wanted to help first-time home buyers and people who might have suffered some of that same frustration I did. With that said, being on the other end of it, I could kind of see how with all the moving parts, I have that other side of the perspective now where, being the realtor, sometimes things that aren't your fault are still your fault, low appraisals or issues with the lender. Hey, I'm the face of the whole transaction. So it's whatever's going wrong, it's my fault.
You're the good side and bad side. I love that. And we've had actually quite a few guests with the similar story. Like they went through a transaction for their first time and they're just like, this is ridiculous. Like I could do a better job here. Let me just get my hands dirty, get my own damn license and lead by example. So
that's exactly what happened.
I love that. Fantastic. So let's talk a little bit about your business specifically. So 4 years into the business, fantastic. Tell us about your buy side, sell side transaction volume the past 12 months.
So I normally average about between 7 to 10 transactions a year. I'm not a high value, realtor. Just recently, I mentioned I had a kid recently. So this past year, I've, maybe had like 5 transactions, and then I referred quite a few deals out. But, I'm looking to, bump those numbers up a little bit more.
I love that. At the end of the day, sometimes family first, right?
Exactly.
That time is so precious. How many times do you have a child and get to have that precious time, with that little one?
Yeah, no, it's my first kid. And, the first few months, I was just like, trying to figure it all out. And I'm not saying I got a great handle on it, but I'm getting there.
Hey, I'm still trying to figure it out, man. My daughter, she's like, all right, she doesn't want to go to sleep anymore. So I'm like, how do I do this? How do I get her to go to sleep? Okay, read a book, bath, lavender oil, like the whole night. It's interesting because she hears us up and she wants to keep playing. It's like, no, go to sleep.
Exactly.
So mommy and daddy need time. Awesome. So as far as your business and, past 12 months, 24 months, so do you work more on the buy side, sell side? Do you specialize on either, or what makes up your business?
I feel like the majority of my my business is buyers. I do, quite a few listings, but buyers mainly. And the problem I'm facing right now is the same story. No inventory. I've got qualified buyers, over 20% down. Like a couple of years ago, I'd like kill to have these buyers, and I can't find them a freaking house to sell them,
Wow.
There's just nothing on the market right now. I've got a buyer looking in Hercules, California right now, and I think there's maybe 2 houses on the market that are even close to his criteria. And, we went and looked at both of them, and, neither one worked out for him.
Jeez.
Hard right now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Dang. Well, a couple more questions from my side before we go to Dan Gandy and talk more about the mix-up round and technology you're using. So last couple of questions is what separates you from other agents? Like, what do you try to do different? I know you talked a little bit about like you understand, that, you want to be handheld. So I'm sure you probably handhold your clients and give them that extra support. Is there anything else that you like to do or try to serve your clients with?
Yeah, as I mentioned, definitely being empathetic, doing a little bit of that hand holding. A buyer who was a good friend of mine, he was saying, because I always check in regularly and I ask, hey man, any questions? You saw this whole process is so foreign to me that I don't even know what questions to ask. Mm-hmm. So once he said that, something clicked. And I said, okay, let me try to manage expectations from the front. Let me try to answer questions not even for that. So I'm using infographics. Like even in the initial email during the pre-qualification process, I'm kind of breaking down the whole transaction and what to expect. And yeah, no. As far as some of the business tools I use, Real Scout for buyers looking, and HomeBot for buyers thinking about listing are 2 of my big techniques that I've been using.
I love that. And I love that you're being proactive. It sounds like we get a lot of guests on the show, and not even guests, just on the real estate side for Liftoff, we get a lot of agents that are reactive, not proactive. So the fact that you say here, silver platter, here's the infographics, here's everything that you need to know to make it easier. That's huge. That's awesome. So last question for me, as far as technology that you've either adapted to, because obviously, as we know, 2020, the way that kind of just went, everyone kind of had to adapt differently the way that they conduct business. So what have you done? What have you adapted to? What technology are you using more now than you were before the whole 2020 and COVID?
So now that I've been home a little bit more, I've been focusing more on my brand. I feel like all realtors should really brand themselves. So JakeTheAgent is my brand. So I've been focusing a lot more on my social media, on my website, and on my Instagram specifically. I've been using an app called Later, which I really like. It's like the whole setting up the link in bio, and Later can also help you schedule out content. That's been my number one difficulty is being consistent with my my online presence. I'll have 1 week where I'm really good, posting a lot of content, and then for 2 weeks I'm doing something else. And it's with Later, I'm able to kind of schedule some of that, and I really like the link in bio feature.
That's awesome. Good for you. Yeah, definitely. Website, social media. It's been widely used so much more now, I think more than ever before. And also, of course, Zoom as well. So we're going to change up our camera angle. We're going to give it to Dan Gandy, and he's going to take it away for the mix-up round.
For sure. So this round's just really about getting to know what's on your tool belt, like what's working for you. I know you've mentioned some stuff already, but let's just dig into it. What's your number one lead source as of right now?
Lead source is still my sphere of influence, referrals, and just nurturing any clients, any referrals, just kind of keeping them in the loop, let them know what's going on.
Nice. And are you converting any deals from Instagram? I think you have a lot of followers, if I don't remember correctly.
I don't have I don't have a lot of followers, but a lot of people are in my sphere. So I think that good reminder, hey, I'm in the real estate industry without being obnoxious about it. Just a nice little regular reminder. Hey, I'm doing real estate, usually lets people know, or reminds me to refer me to people oh yeah, my buddy Jake does real estate. And so yeah, that's definitely been helping.
Yeah, I've been trying to tell people it's not so many how many followers you have. It's does that social media work for you? And does it convert anything for you? Because
yeah, no, it definitely does.
Man, I know some people that got tons of followers, but then I look at their transaction volume and I'm just like, don't see the I don't see the revelation here on what you're doing in relation to Apple.
Right.
So guess you're spending a lot of time on social. Do you still cold call? Do you do any prospecting? Go through that?
I haven't. I was never big on cold calling. As far as prospecting goes, like I said, it's usually just hitting my sphere and just reminding them that I'm in the business. I'm here to answer questions and try to provide as much value up front that I can to set that reminder.
Yeah. Are you sending any like direct mail to your sphere? Or?
I'm doing some direct mail. I am farming a couple neighborhoods. I currently live in Richmond, California, and I live in the Marina Bay neighborhood. So I'm definitely farming my neighborhood, and I've got a little bit of couple transactions through that.
That's smart. I just sent out a letter myself. Hey, if there's anybody who should sell your house, it's probably somebody that has their house value completely tied to you.
Exactly.
So that was
it's funny. I live in a like a newer development, like they're still building like brand new homes.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people are having trouble. Like most people, the average consumer, they go to Zillow to try to like figure out what their house is worth, but the houses here are so new that Zillow doesn't have any information. So I'm in a Nextdoor, that app, Nextdoor. So I'm in a Nextdoor, forum for this like specific development, as well as a Facebook forum for this specific development. And, I saw people asking, hey, is there any way to find out what our house is worth? I'm like, hey guys, I can help you with that. And, and I have actually a listing appointment coming up, the guy ready to sell his place already. So I was like, cool.
That's cool, man.
Just from that.
Those can be good lead sources.
Absolutely.
Website, SEO, I think we talked about social, but, are you getting any inbound leads from website? Anything that's more of a passive lead funnel for you?
Got a couple passive leads through the website. They signed up. They want same thing. People want to know what their home's worth. I have a link to my home bot through my website. There's a widget that I was able to attach. And so I've got them kind of, the home bot is dripping, sending them stuff out. And hopefully, they're like, hey, I'm ready to sell or want a closer evaluation, and we can get something going.
That's cool. No, definitely. What CRM are you currently rocking?
So when I first got in the business, I was using HubSpot, but we recently just, I'm with Sequoia Real Estate, and they just recently switched us over to Chime, which I'm learning, but I really like it. We're using Chime. We're also using highnote.io for our presentation. So I'm so far I'm a fan of both of these apps.
Yeah, we had Mark on here a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I implemented it in my business as well. So there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with that. Any time organization tools, anything that you use to organize your day, Google Calendar, Monday.com, Asana?
Just right now it's just the Google Calendar, but I've been learning how to use Monday a little bit. And then, like I said, my main focus right now is just trying to be consistent on social media. So later.com has been really helpful with that.
That's good. Oh, it's totally cool. Yeah. Last thing I had right now from me really is just understanding, is there anything new in terms of technology that you're been interested in trying? You may have not tried it, or, people are talking about it, but of interest, but that's kind of what we'd like to talk about here is things that leverage the real estate business.
Yeah, no, homes are selling so fast. Like it's like, I don't even know if, listing agents haven't even really been staging homes, or like, they're just like, there it is, freaking Hunger Games, go for it. And, but I still like the idea of staging a home, and there's a lot of virtual staging companies now. So like Box Brownie, and there's a couple other ones. So I still think that's a good thing to have, even if you're, not going to physically stage the home.
Yeah, I've been wondering. I wish, I was just talking to a buddy about this, but I was like, I wish somebody who had tons of listing volume would just stop staging homes for like 6 months, right? And then do like one stage, one not in the same exact neighborhood, and then look at what happens, because it'd be interesting to see if the offers are the same.
I remember when I first got in the biz a little over 4 years ago, I would actually watch these things because I kind of focused on the same neighborhoods, and I definitely did see a difference between the homes that were staged well and the ones that weren't staged at all. But it was like the ones that weren't staged, like the pics weren't great, and it had the whole trifecta of things that would make, and the home would still sell, but it would take like a much longer time. But just in today's market, it's just so crazy. It's like,
that's in my market. People stage like luxury homes, but I've noticed a trend that like everybody's house has just been empty now, and people are staging. They're just like, put it on the market. We'll get 15 offers. We don't care.
Basically, that's exactly what's going on right now.
Wow. Yeah, cool. I guess it all just depends on like the time, the market, and how it is. I mean, back in, April 2020, we listed our house. Our neighbors sold their house 3 months before we sold ours, completely remodeled. Ours was remodeled, but they went to the next level, added a bathroom, so their comp was higher. They had 3 bathroom, 2 bedroom, 2 car garage. We had 1.5 bath, 2 bedrooms. They weren't staged, $499. We got $546. So we got almost 50,000 over asking, and ours was staged. Yeah. Technically not staged. It was our stuff.
Right. Exactly.
So, and it I guess just depends. Like right now it's like, who cares? Like it's flying off.
Right. It's just like, someone accept my offer. Yeah.
And I see the value in it. I'm not an anti-stager.
Oh no, of course not. Of course not.
But no, I see that. And I think that's, to kind of put bookends of what I'm trying to talk about is, we've seen first it was really good pictures. Then it was Twilight pictures with the pictures. Then it was virtual tours. Now it's virtual tours with 3D and Matterport. Now it's 3D Matterport and these like lifestyle videos. Now it's like
the lifestyle video. Yeah.
Now I think I'm like at a Hollywood premiere when I'm looking at a house. I think I just don't know. I think we had a guy on here a couple of weeks back and he was talking about virtual tours and AI. And I'm like, I don't know where this is going to go, but it's interesting.
Exactly.
You probably think the Ryan Serhants of the world there.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
Awesome, man. No, I appreciate that. Any way we can share and add value and help other realtors know what's working and know what's not working, that's what helps.
Yeah,
Very
definitely.
Cool.
And thanks so much, Dan, for taking on that round. And Jake, one thing that came up for me, for the viewers and listeners, was like strategically going and using Opendoor and then using these community pages for the new development that you're in to do some reverse psychology to potentially be able to attract, right, someone that potentially might want to purchase a home or sell a home. And now you might be selling a home in your neighborhood and then you have already people lined up. So you potentially plant the seed and be like, hey, I might have a listing online here soon. And then you can go to that formal listing presentation, automatically be like, boom, I already got this lined up for you. We got 3 people. Are you ready to go?
Exactly. That's kind of where I'm hoping this goes. But yeah, that'd be awesome if I could just sell houses, specifically my development. I just walk to the neighbor's house and be ready to go. Yeah.
I can imagine too, because the Bay Area traffic, man, bless your guys' hearts.
I just have to say something about that. And this is no offense to any agent or any of our clients. If you say that I work the entire Bay Area, I start shaking my head. I'm like, do you realize that if you could just like get up in the morning, get showered, eat some food, go work out, and then do listings within 20 minutes of your house, you wouldn't do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. When I first I was that agent, the one that did the entire. I was to do the whole state of California. Like I said, I was in the Marines, so I still got a lot of buddies that live in San Diego. Like 2 of my best friends live in San Diego still, and I helped sell one of them a condo. Like I flew down to San Diego on the weekend, go freaking show them some condos, and then
Wow.
But I'm not doing that anymore. I just did it for that guy. He's like my best friend, but. I was driving to Vacaville. I was driving to Sacramento. I was all over the place because I was just, I was new, I was hungry, and I wanted to get some deals done. But yes, I'm referring people out if it's too far from where I am.
one important thing before I leave, and I pass this back to Norman, is what advice can you give veterans? I mean, you're a veteran. Thank you for your service. Like,
Yeah.
What advice and what takeaway can you give to veterans that maybe are coming out of the service, or they got out of the service and they've been thinking about buying a house? Like, what would be that, maybe 30 seconds to a minute that you can kind of just provide as much value as possible for them?
Yeah, absolutely. With the market being so competitive, it's hard. I would say just get with a realtor that really knows VA loans. And, VA loans are a great thing. And I hate to say it, some agents kind of used to really shy away from them because they're afraid that's going to overcomplicate the transaction. But in most cases, it's not. As long as the house you're bidding on doesn't have like a lot of termite damage or a lot of damage, like your VA loan is good to go. It's a great loan. It's a great product for veterans. Definitely use the letter giving an introduction, like, hey, this is who I am. I'm a veteran. And like sometimes the letter really does help. Like I know some people are, oh, no one even reads letters, but it's not true. Sometimes, you'll get a seller who's a veteran and he'll be like, hey, I want to help out a fellow veteran. And that letter can be the game changer between getting the home or not. VA loans are 0% down, which is awesome. I advise, at least if you can afford it, at least put like even 1% down, like put just some money up just so that the seller sees you've got, some skin in the game. It definitely helps. And those are the two main things. Put, at least 1% down if you can, and use that letter to let the seller know who you are.
That's awesome. No,
Love it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely appreciate it. In today's day and age, if they feel comfortable, loom.com, great video platform to film a video.
Throw it in a high note.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah, for sure. That could be a great thing too, because they might want to, they're too busy looking at the contract with the prices. Quick little video. That's a great idea.
Yeah, definitely. Quick build a know, like, and trust. So a couple last questions, and then when we end the show, we'll have the floor be open to you so you can share anything with the viewers and listeners here at Real Estate First Tech. So as far as positioning yourself, do you consider yourself now an area expert or inspired to be an area expert in your local market there for your community?
Yeah, I definitely aspire to be an area expert. We already have a couple amazing agents that have been, in this area long before I even got my real estate license. So I'm competing with them a little bit, but, I think there's enough room for us all to, help out the community. But yeah, I'm definitely am an area expert, and I aspire to be at their status, at their established kind of status. Yeah.
I love that. So last question I have is your secret weapon. If I was to hire Jake the agent, what would you tell me as a home seller to give me the confidence to sell your home?
I would say that really it's my transparency. I'm not like Mr. like smooth sales guy. I try to dress like one sometimes, but I'm very sincere. I'm very transparent. I'm going to always tell you the truth, and I think just my trustworthiness is basically my secret weapon. Like I just give it to people straight, and they usually believe that I'm coming from a sincere place when I tell them things.
That's awesome. Never know. Viewers and listeners get in the business and they want to approach it and who they want to be and what they want to do. That could help them. So that's awesome.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely.
So we're at the part of the show now where the floor is open. So if there's anything that you want to share with the viewers and listeners, maybe someone who's thinking about get their license, they already have their license, a tip, a suggestion, anything that you want to leave the show with. Yeah,
no. As I mentioned before, social media is so important to just talk to your sphere, talk to people that might be seeing you for the first time. I know there's a little bit of a fake it till you make it sometimes, but I would always say, as long as you're being sincere, you're going to attract the people that are meant for you. Sometimes things get difficult. So if you're struggling with something, like I'm not saying go online and bum people out and tell them all your problems, but if you're struggling with something and you overcame it, talk about that. People want to hear about that stuff. So share your successes, but also share things that didn't go so well. And you'll be surprised at how many people connect with you.
Wow. I like that. That's awesome. And I have to say, I love the swag, love the suit, love the background.
Hey, thank you.
Got some inspiration
thanks.
there. Yeah, I love that. And I got to say, man, you're probably one of the deepest voice guests we've ever had in the show, man.
Oh, yeah. People tell me about that a lot. Yeah.
Gotta do more videos, bro. Gotta
do some voiceovers. You'll be good.
Dude, yeah.
People have been telling me that since, I don't know, man, I've hit puberty. I guess they're like, bro, what, so I've definitely looked into it. So, we'll see.
You remind me of like a land far, far away. Like you just,
dude, you're going to narrate all your real estate videos. It's going to be like, who is this guy? That's awesome.
Old state.
Yeah, there you go.
Know, right?
Allstate guy. That's like the only person I can think of right now that has like that deep voice. So who knows? Maybe that'll add to your brand one day, Jake. But
I actually love this idea.
Yeah, you never know. Well, Jake the Agent, I got to say, thanks so much for being on Real Estate vs. Technology. And I definitely feel that you've added some value here. We appreciate your support. Now we appreciate you being on the show. So thank you so much, man.
Thank you. It was great being here. Love talking to you guys.
Hey, man, likewise. Yeah. Dan, thanks so much for being a co-host as always, coming out with the fire questions. And thanks to all of our viewers and listeners, as it is our intention for you to take something from our episodes to apply to your business, have more massive success. And we will see you on the next one. You made it to the end. Well, thank you so much for watching Real Estate vs. Technology. We hope you found value, especially something you can apply to your real estate business. If you could do us a favor, we would appreciate it. A thumbs up. If you subscribe, hit the notification bell. You'll be notified for new episodes coming out. And comment below, what the heck did you learn? If you want to join our Facebook group page, there's a link right here. If you want to be featured on Real Estate vs. Technology, send us a DM on our Instagram page. We'll see if we get you on the show. So, take care. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.